Hey guys, how we doing? I hope you all are doing very well and that your 4th of July weekend is going good. I just wanted to spend a few minutes and just kind of share with you an experience that I had many about 5 years ago. 5 years ago today, I remember that I landed in Haiti, the country of Haiti. I had went on a mission trip with my church group from Novesta Church of Christ there in Cass City, Michigan. Anyway, we had planned for a year before that. We had, did a lot of fundraising, a lot of getting things ready to go on our big trip to Haiti. And I remember that many great experiences that I had there while I was there. I just wanted to share some of those with you guys. You know, so basically we got there, like I said, on July 2nd. We had gotten there. We landed in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, which is the capital of Haiti. And that was basically one of the only airports they have there in Haiti that you can actually land in. And I remember that as we got off the plane, I remember smelling this smell. The smell of burning trash is what it smelled like. Like when you go out and you burn your fire pit, you put trash in your fire pit. That's basically what it smelled like when I got off the plane. And I remember that we walked through the terminal. We got out, had to go through security check because we were coming from another country, so they had to do a security check. And what I remember was me, my uncle, and my one of our pastors of the time at the church. We were in the back of the line, and all of a sudden, this guy comes up, the security guy comes up and says, "Hey, you need to come with us," And so we went with this guy to this room, and as we were in that room, basically what we found out is we thought we did something wrong, but come to find out is the guy just checked some of our things, checked some of our passports and things like that, and then he lets us go in front of the line, way up to the front of everybody else, because they had seen that I had a little bit of trouble walking and that I had some kind of disability, so they were kind of helping me to bypass all the long security line and get up to the front. And so we went through the line, and when we got out of the airport, our group, we were walked over to a couple buses. Now, I got to tell you, these buses are not your typical school bus. These buses were run down. They were not very high-tech at the time. So we all get on this bus, and we're thinking, okay, we got basically, an hour and a half ride to where we got to go. No, it was actually an 8.5 hour ride up the mountain to where we had to go for where we were going to spend the week in Haiti at this missions place, which was called Northwest Haiti Christian Missions, and which is located up in Saint D. Lord is how you pronounce it. I'm not very good at pronouncing it. But anyway, we went on the 8-hour bus ride, and we got up to the camp that we were supposed to be spending time, that we were going to spend our week. And we got there, we got all our stuff unloaded off the bus, and a few of the people that were on the bus got sick as they got off the bus because it was a very bumpy ride, not really going on a road. You weren't really going on a road. You were just going basically through somewhat of a street through these little villages that eventually got us to where we needed to go. And we were inside of walls. When we got to the base, we were inside a camp wall. There were walls all around us, so the outsiders that were the people of the Haitians that were outside the walls couldn't get in and cause problems, and they were just being a way that it would keep the Americans separated from the Haitian people. And so the first day we got there, it was really late that we got there, so we got to get into this rooms that we would stay in. Very little water, very little electricity, so you had to take basically a quick shower when you wanted to take a shower, and you couldn't use that much water, and you could use very little of the electricity that they had there because everybody was using the same generator that was running the whole camp, so you couldn't really overdo the use of the electricity. And um, so you may be asking, what did we do while we were there? What was some of the things that we did? Why did we go there? First and foremost, we went to Haiti to love on the Haitian people. That was our main goal of why we were going to Haiti, was to love on the people of Haiti. And so some of the ways that we showed that love to the people is we did a vacation Bible school for a group of, for the local Haitian kids in the village that we were staying at. We did it at an old church building, and we just did VBS throughout the week, where we spent the time sharing Jesus with these kids and just sharing the gospel, and ways that they were able to connect. And we did a puppet show as well for the kids, where we had practiced songs before we got there, and we used our puppets to perform in front of the kids, and they just loved it. It was amazing to see the smiles on these kids' faces as they just because of puppets, because of these stuffed puppets, they were in their own little world. It was amazing. And some of the other things that we did while we were there is some of our group worked with the local orphanage that was at the mission camp that we were at, where they worked with a lot of the kids that were the young kids that you would have like in your nursery at your church or whatever. And so we got to love on them, and also we got to help out. A few of our people were pretty familiar with the medical field, whether they were, two of our group members were nurses, so they went and helped out at the local hospital there on the mission base, and they had some pretty cool experiences with that. And we also, myself and a few of the other guys in our group, we got to go and help the people of Haiti, the people on the mission camp, they were working on building a fish farm, which was going to be used to help grow their crops and grow their food, to provide the food for the people on the base and the people in the local surrounding the base. So we helped them with that, and that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of time being out in the sun and being out in the hot weather. Also, another thing that we did is something that I was very, very touched by. That was my passion. While we were there, was I got to hang out with the Grand Moons, which are the elderly folks in Haiti, and I just got to meet some of them and just spend time with them and just make them laugh and make them smile and just show them the love of Christ. That was just where I felt that's where I was connected. And although the whole time we were in Haiti, we could not speak their language. It was hard to speak the Creole as their language, which is an off of French. But anyway, we could not speak their language, but we had interpreters who were there to help us. We were basically, if a couple of us went to do something, we would always have an interpreter with us to help us communicate with the people that we were communicating with. But what's funny is we didn't even need to say words. We could communicate with these people, even though we couldn't speak their language. That was just so amazing, is just by the facial expressions and by the hand gestures. We were just able to speak to these people. And I also remember that we had a day or so where we didn't have much going on while we were there. So we decided to go to another village that was nearby to do another vacation Bible school. So we went out to this village that wasn't too far away, and we did another VBS for those kids. We did a very short puppet show for those kids as well. They just loved it as well. I remember that as we were coming out of the VBS, we went on a little ways, and we came to this mountain where a bunch of our group members went up the mountain. I didn't go because I couldn't walk up the mountain, but some of our other group members went up to this. It used to be a statue, and it was, at the time we were there, it was being used as a voodoo temple. And so a bunch of our group members went up on the mountain, and then they had a great experience up there. They got to see the the presence of evil and the presence of good coming together, and just feeling the tension that was built up. And then after that, we went to a beach, and got to swim in the water, and just hang out on the beach and just kind of have an enjoyable time of just sightseeing and just enjoying the things that you wouldn't normally see in Haiti, because you're going to. It was kind of our time to step back and just enjoy ourselves while we were there as well. And while we were there, I remember that uh, we could not physically ourselves, our group members, go outside the walls without having a security guard and an interpreter, because it was they told us it was not safe for us to go outside the walls by ourselves without having um, security or something to go with us. And I remember that every time we would walk out the walls of the mission camp, um, we would just see these bunch of these kids just running at us, and they were coming because they're not very they were just excited that these Americans were here, and they knew why the Americans were there, because they were as a mission uh, base. And I remember that these kids, these boys, would sell these bracelets that were worth $1 in American, and basically that was how they provided for their family, because you see in Haiti a lot of the uh, parents of the kids they don't live very long. The age population is not very high in Haiti, so you don't have a lot of older folks. It's pretty young people, but these kids they make their income by making these bracelets, and they're just so fast at making these bracelets. And we would a couple of us did get a couple bracelets from the kids, and that was just cool just to see that these kids, how fast they're able to make those bracelets, and it was just awesome. And then I remember that about four of us, we got to go to the local prison that was there in that village that we were in. And we got to meet with some of the Haitian inmates that were there and just share the gospel with them, and just, you know, show the love of Christ is what we were doing. And a lot of those people don't get the message of Christ, because they kind of get pushed down as the outcasts. And we were able to witness to those inmates. And I remember that every day we would come back to the mission at night, and we would meet together with some of the other groups that were there. We would have a worship service, and we would just share about our experiences each day while we were out of the base doing our mission work. And it was just amazing that although we all came from different parts of America at that time, we were all there for the main reason: to love the people of Haiti and to show them the love of Christ. So that was amazing. And as I look back on that trip, it was just amazing that I learned so much on that trip. I learned that although these people of Haiti have nothing, many times they go through trash in the streets, and they rely on just things that people would just throw away. That's how they live. They live with basically nothing. But you know what? They're actually more happy than we are here in America, because they've got so little, but they've got more love and more um, passion, because that's all they have. That's all they know. And they're content with what they have, because they have their family members. They have loved ones near them, and that's what matters to them. Another thing that I learned while I was there is that we must not take for granted the small things in life. The Haitian people, they don't live very long. And so they try to make every moment that they have matter. And that really put me in focus as I was leaving Haiti. I remember just knowing that is just enjoy the little things that you have in life, and be thankful for what you do have, and understand that there's a reason why what you are doing and what you do have. And God has that you need to just be joyful whatever you have. And so that's what I learned on Haiti. That's what I learned there, and that's what I experienced there. And I just, um, and that's where that was a defining moment in my life because it it helped shape things that were going to happen in the next few months after I came back from Haiti. Um, and even though it's 5 years ago, it still seems like yesterday that I was just there, and I always um, keep up with the news of Haiti, what's going on in Haiti, what's going on with the people, the mission that we were working with at the time, and someday I hope to go back. I hope to go back to Haiti where I was before and just love more on these people because that's where my heart is. My heart is on loving people for Christ. And some people may be saying, well, can't you do that here in America? Can't you show the love of Christ here in America? Yes, you can. And I understand that. But you know what? Jesus said, go into all the world and preach the gospel and show love to everybody. Not just people in your village, not just people in your community, not just people in your state, not just people in your country, not just people, a country next to you, all around the world. We all got to show love and understand that we have to be a witness for Christ every day, no matter where where we are at, whether it be Haiti, whether it be Africa, whether it would be in your city where you're at, in your workplace where you're at. Just know we need to be a shining light for everybody, and no matter what environment we are in, we need to let our light shine and be that light in this dark world. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video for the last 17, 18 minutes of me just sharing my trip to Haiti that I had. And that's all I got for you guys. So you guys just have a very great night, day, whatever you may be when you see this. Just enjoy your week, enjoy your life, and just know that we all can make a difference in the world when we work together for the kingdom of God. God bless you, and thank you for watching this video.